Welcome to Mom Show, a show about women, family, health, faith, and basically whatever we find interesting while we share the challenging, but at the end, rewarding experiences of being a mom. Today's topic is a very interesting topic. Cyberbullying, bullies, and mean girls have been around forever, but technology now gives them a whole new platform for their actions. Both real-world and online name-calling can have serious emotional consequences for our children and teens. Now today I have my friends here with me again, Rita and Hazel, who will join me to discuss on the very important topic on cyberbullying. Now Rita, in your point of view, what do you think cyberbullying is? And what effects it has on our children?
Cyberbullying is in some ways similar to the physical bullying that happens in schools. But cyberbullying refers more to verbal expression, or it could be the posting of videos or pictures that is intended to intimidate, to embarrass, and to make someone feel miserable. Statement like, you are ugly, or, a cruel statement like, why are you alive? Why are you still alive? That kind of a thing. Now, it's not just that it happens. This happens constantly at a sustained period of time. And it happens through technology. That's why it's called cyberbullying. Maybe email or chat, through social medias, and all this can be very difficult for the children. Now, children who are cyberbullied have different range of behavior, ranging from feeling depressed to feeling really bad about themselves, to suicidal thoughts. And I think we have read that there are children who actually decided to end their lives because they couldn't take that cyberbullying anymore. So it's a very difficult situation, and parents need to be aware of this, and our children need to know how to deal with this.
Now, what do you think are some signs and effects of cyberbullying to allow parents to know that our children are being affected or they are having this experience of being cyberbullied?
I think knowing what the signs are or the symptoms is very important. I think, first of all, parents need to know their children very well, or the teachers need to know the students very well so that they can detect change in behavior. For instance, maybe drop in school performance, or lack of interest in participating in activities, or you will see a drop from someone being cheerful to someone who tend to be very withdrawn, and they look miserable.
And perhaps start to isolate themselves. From the group.
Withdrawing from activities, or not wanting to go to school, not wanting to meet with others.
Yes, this is actually a very real and scary type of bully that many children are facing. And it can be a silent type of cyberbullying too, because many children may not realize that they are being bullied.
That's true.
But it's unconsciously affecting them. Socially, emotionally, and physically. Now, what if our child witnesses cyberbullying, how can we as parents be of help to our children? Maybe Hazel, you can help. I don't know if your child has experiences or perhaps you have seen through other children about their behavior. But most importantly, I think parents need to be aware and need to know that they have a crucial role in being a help to their children to overcome this cyberbullying.
A while ago, Rita mentioned that parents should have a pretty good relationship with the children. And because of this day and age, almost all our kids are or they have their own computer, laptop, or even their own mobile phones. I think parents should be more careful in seeing or watching or trying to find out what is going on in their child's life. Maybe just casual talk to make the child know that, you know, we understand what you're going through, and to create a situation where your child will feel comfortable to share if there's something strange going on, if he feels uncomfortable with a comment. It might be, the child might not realize that he's being bullied, but then it happened one time, and then it happened again, and then, being parents, like what Rita mentioned, we should be aware of, these changes and maybe we can ask, hey, is everything okay? And create an atmosphere where our children will feel safe to tell us what's going on.
I believe that's very important, to create a safe atmosphere and that they will feel okay to share.
Right.
Now, we talked a lot about our child being cyberbullied. What happens if our child is the bully themselves or himself or herself? Yeah. What if our children turn out to be a bully?
Right.
In cyberbullying.
Well, I guess there's a very possible.
They're not the victim,
a real possibility,
but they're the
right?
bully. Yeah.
Yeah. I think according to some research that I've read, it says that sometimes children who bully may have no idea of the impact they are causing on someone else. And so a child who is a bully needs to be helped to understand, look, this is how they feel. Maybe they need to be informed of other people who have actually killed themselves because of the bullying, the bullying that they have experienced.
Yeah.
So they need to be helped to understand and also to tell them this is not acceptable.
That's right.
Because you may be the reason why someone is going to end their life.
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe it is very important to find out why they are being the bully,
Right.
and why are they bullying other people. As parents, I believe it is very important to know our child,
Yes.
to know their behavior, to know their thoughts, and to know the cause of every actions that they are doing or acting as a result. Perhaps they are lacking love and attention at home. Perhaps the way we parents are modeling our words and action to our children, that may cause them to imitate, and they think it's okay. So I believe that we parents have to be very careful, and that we have to portray a good role model to our children. What is acceptable, what is appropriate, what is bullying, and what is not bullying. We need to educate our children in that matter as well. So let us not forget, as mothers and as parents, that we need to set a good example for ourselves, for our children, especially make good online habits to help our kids understand its benefits and its dangers of life in the digital world. Yes, because nowadays everyone has their own gadgets, their own social media, and it becomes an easy access for every children. Therefore, at home, we need to make sure we give a good education about this
Yes.
to our children. We cannot neglect
Yes.
this very important matter, so that our children will know how to react or respond,
Yes.
and they will know the difference, whether is this a cyberbullying, am I being a bully, or am I being bullied, you know, so that they can have that alarm. And very important, as a result, they come and inform us so that we can continue to guide and lead them
Right. Yeah.
by God's power and wisdom.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you for joining me today, Rita and Hazel, on a very important topic. Let us not neglect this topic to educate and be a good role model for our children. Thank you.
Cyberbullying. About 37% of young people between the ages of 12 and 17 have been bullied online. 30% have had it happen more than once. Instagram is the social media site where most young people report experiencing cyberbullying. Young people who experience cyberbullying are at a greater risk for both self-harm and suicidal behaviors. Children who are bullied, especially those who are frequently bullied, are at a high risk for a wide range of poor social health and economic outcomes. Victims of cyberbullying exhibit warning signs such as aggressions, symptoms of withdrawal, and lower grades than the usual. 60% of young people have witnessed online bullying. Most do not intervene. Only 1 in 10 victims will inform a parent or a trusted adult with their abuse.
Welcome back to our second discussion on kids and technology. We all live in a different era. Technology has completely changed virtually every aspect of our society over the past few decades, from the way we work to the way we socialize and everything in between. One of the differences that have been most noticeable is the change in the way that children play and interact with each other from previous generations. Although technology does provide many positive benefits for learning, it also can have several negative effects on child development and quality of life. Now, today, Rita and Hazel join me to discuss on this very important topic, kids and technology. Now, there are several questions that I have, especially on the differences in the way that children live today than previous generation, the impact on physical, social, spiritual, and mental activities that they are surrounded with. We can agree that previous generation are quite different than today's generation in how children spend their time. What can you say about kids and technology today?
Yeah, because of the way things are nowadays, it's so very easy for children to use technology. It's so accessible to them. It's everywhere. And so it's very easy for children to actually spend a lot of their time on technology, especially if parents do not put boundaries, do not put limits, and do not find ways to give a variety of activities to children. And that addiction, okay, I mean, it's very easy for children to develop addiction because they'll find so much fun and pleasure in just doing things online, like games, for instance. Yeah,
that's very true. I agree about parents providing alternatives for children to spend time in other activities rather than being addicted or consuming their time on the social media or on their gadgets.
right.
Yes. Hazel, what can you say? You know, we see now all around us that children are so addicted to technology. What can we do as parents to help them? Besides, you know, providing boundaries, alternative, what can we do as parents to help our children, encourage them that, you know, gadgets and technology, games are not just everything in life.
You know, the other day I asked my son, I said, do you want to go out and play or do you want to play at home? And then he said, of course I want to go out and play.
That's a good sign.
We were happy because he did not choose to stay home and play games. And it was a Saturday evening, you know, and Saturday evenings, all the kids go out and play together.
That's awesome.
You know, so I was happy to hear that. I think we have to know what our children are doing online. I read a blog, a mom's blog, and this one mother, she said, in my house, there's no such thing as privacy. As long as you are still living with me, there's no such thing as privacy. This mom was so blunt. And I think her son, she had a 13 and a 15-year-old. And she explains in her blog how she makes sure she knows what the children are doing online. And she would check their devices, and she would limit the Wi-Fi, the internet access. So I think we have to find a way, especially if our children are still young, if they are 16, 17 and younger, we have to find a way to know what they're doing. We're not, it's not about not allowing them privacy. I think it's more about, caring for them and wanting to know that they are safe, because we don't know what they're looking at. And if we know, we can find a way to help them decide, because they might be,
they need guidance,
unable to decide if this is something right or not. And for many for many teenagers, everything the others are doing is right. And it may not be true. Everything the others are doing may not be right. So I think we have to find a way to find out.
That's very true. I also have seen, and we could agree that in today's society, many families actually encourage children as young as 2 years old, 3 years old to already be watching mobile phones or be on the screen, entertaining them while they are busy doing their own personal matters. And perhaps that is not actually a good way to promote, because then this will instill upon our children at a very early age that it's okay to be spending time watching the screens or spending time being on the mobile phones and watching different kind of stuff or being involved in different type of games, and spending most of their time with technology. And I think as parents, we have to be very careful. I actually appreciate parents who set boundaries and limitation and also provide other options for their children rather than providing the easy means. This technology is often considered a very easy way out for parents in childcare. It saves them a lot of headache, a lot of, time, because their kids are quiet.
Now, I also think, though, that in a community, parents, maybe the church and the community can come up with things that children can do together. Now, fortunately, for instance, in a community like in AIU, for instance, we have Pathfinder Club, and so Saturday afternoon and Saturday night they have activities, and so they have. Just doing things together, because I've noticed that when they have organized activities, then the children have greater motivation to go because their friends are also going there.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, rather than just tell them, oh, don't say it. Don't spend too much time. If we do not help them to come up with activities, they are not going to look for other activities by themselves.
That's right.
They will just fall on whatever is the default entertainment they have. And technology is that default situation. And so I think this is the area where all the parents in the community come together and do something about that. And especially with the help, with the church. The help of the church. Yes. Yeah.
That's very true. Now, just an encouragement for those parents who do not live in a close community like this.
Right.
They can plan and set up activities with other friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And other children of the same age.
Right.
Yes. To create motivation, fun, and benefit.
Right.
For the children and other children. It takes time. It takes sacrifice from the parents' part, but it's all worth it because we are modeling and showing our children that, hey, it's true, technology can be an advantage, but at the same time, it also offers a lot of disadvantages to our children.
Right.
And, you know, although navigating this world of technology can be quite tricky, even for us as adults, right? It can also have many benefits for both kids and adults, as long as we guide them in the right direction and we model to them. Many times I've noticed parents themselves are addicted to gadgets and to be on the screen, you know, or even in the games, you know, so we have to be very, very careful. And by putting limits on technology usage and being aware of the potential negative consequences of overuse, I believe that both children and adults can have the peace of mind and get more from the technology that they use. If we understand that, I think technology can bring benefits to both adults and children. Yeah, by not overusing it, you know, by allowing technology to be a supplement for life, right? But not to be everything for life.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Rita and Hazel. Let us continue to pray for us as parents and also to other parents as well, that they will develop a sense of awareness in this very important matter for our children and for ourselves too, in relation to the use of technology. Yes. Thank you.
My friends used to call me
Instead of calling me Rita, they will call me Ritut.
Cat, Wanda the witch,
Skinny,
One of the shortest.
my hair was just like boop.
big nose,
Orange,
big eyes.
because I have a round face.
Everything was big besides my body.
When I was in second grade,
Needle High School.
Especially in school, kids can be very mean when they want.
They make me feel uncomfortable.
I felt inadequate because of my height.
I feel like I was not loved, being called like that, being neglected.
you have nothing better to do. You don't want to play with me and talk to me nicely. You want to call me names instead. So I took it in a hard way.
I was feeling ugly every time, feeling that I was not able to do things or to have friends or people would not like me.
It was hurtful.
I talked to my parents. I say, I want to change my name.
I think they could not understand at the time So I got very introspective. I was really saving those emotions for myself, but was getting worse inside of me.
Start changing myself, used to straighten it a lot.
If you jump, if you do this, if you eat this, if you put this in your shoes.
I ignored the bullies.
A time came when I felt I'm okay with myself, feeling comfortable with myself.
Even though they call, I don't mind because I feel like I'm myself.
By the time you can understand why things are happening, so you can comfort that old child inside of you.
I would tell little Wanda that Wanda the witch was a good character and she's someone that you should be proud to be called.
Claire, your hair was nice.
Be brave and accept whatever, they say, but don't take it too hard.
What's most important thing in a person is not what you can see. It's not your height, it's not the color of your hair, it's not the size of your body, but it's your heart.
Understand that you are a child of God and you really deserve to be here. You deserve love because He made everything for you.
Appreciate yourself. God has already made you the way you are. He was the one who formed you in the womb. So be happy, be grateful.
The Bible reminds us in Psalm chapter 82, verses 3 to 4, defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed, rescue the weak and the needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked. We are called to stand up for the vulnerable and the weak and teach that to our children as well. We should do well in the face of being mistreated and when we see others being mistreated. Above all, we shouldn't try to handle these situations alone. Let's establish a close, trusting relationship with our children, remembering that we also have a Father who lovingly cares for us and our children. And He wants to hear any concerns we have about them. When it comes to technology, remember God is the creative genius behind any new creation. Therefore, turn to Him in prayer and trust. Remember to visit our website at hopetv.asia.com. You'll find interesting material to share with your friends and your loved ones. Also, do send us your questions and comments on our Facebook page. We would love to hear from you. We would see you again next time to share experiences and discuss on issues that matter in this challenging, but at the end, rewarding experiences of being a mom.